the Learners Deck viewers out there, and today we'll be discussing an important function which is pivot table. So let's start and we'll discuss rest within lecture. Pivot table is actually important because in normal scenario we are always working on large data sheets, large database, or maybe with number of tables, lists, etc. And when you are actually presenting your data, you need to summarize it to a certain format. Pivot table will help you out in this particular reason. And if you're using it on a cloud platform, then it's mind-blowing. So let's see how we can use it within Google Data Sheets. Let's name the lecture as pivot table so that we can remember it later on. Here it is. Now let's populate some dummy data in order to understand how we can make pivot table and how we can extract most out of it. So let's populate some dummy data in column A and column B. In column A, we'll write alphabets starting from A, and then we'll use the formula character is equals to CHAR formula, and we'll say that please use the code in the above cell and add 1 to it, which means that the character formula will populate the next letter in the series. See, it's B. Now just drag it down and you will have all the available results. Just write some names of the continents here. It's Europe, Africa, and just copy these and drag it down so it will paste against all these letters available. Here it is. So this is the table which we have, and this is a long table, and see, some factors are that maybe I would like to know that how many times Asia is repeated in column B, or how many times Europe is repeated in column B, or maybe which are the letters with which Asia is actually associated with. So for all these purposes, what I'll do is I'll just click on this data and I'll go to pivot table. The very first thing it will ask you, is it the correct data range which I have selected? Yes, it is the correct data range. The second one is that how you would like to get this pivot table, in a new sheet or an existing sheet. We would like to have it in a new sheet so that nothing that get missed. So these are the 4 features of pivot table: rows, columns, values, and filters. So in rows, you can select any of the 2 columns or any of the data which you have. Same goes with columns. Now values means that you can either sum, you can either make count of it, and you can select maximum, minimum out of the range. So there are certain options available. Let's start from adding column B to it. Column B says that there are 3 different continents. I would like to know how many times these were repeated. So I'll go to this values and I'll add values of column B. C. It says that Africa was repeated 8 times, Asia was repeated 9 times, and Europe was repeated 9 times. Perfect. Now I can make changes to this according to my requirement. For example, let's add column A to the column here. And in rows, let's add column B. So it says that Africa is associated with D, G, and J, and how many times it's also available here. So these are some simple tips and tricks when you're using pivot table. You can always use it as per your requirement, and this is the major portion of pivot table. Please customize it according to your requirement. Google Sheets also uses artificial intelligence, so if you're missing something, you can always click on this suggested and click here, and it will summarize your data which is in the best available format. Please make sure that you provide your comments that how this was useful to you, and subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can get all the notifications. Thanks for watching this video.